Thank you for staying with us. So yesterday, the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mujizla Adiye, was saying that the agency has identified that 77% of Nigerian women make use of bleaching creams, and the figure is the highest in Africa, compared to about 59% in Togo, 35% in South Africa, and 27% in Senegal. She also said that we must be careful on the use of these harmful creams on our bodies. And it's an important time for us to talk about this because many people use bleaching creams. Some call it toning, some call it brightening, lightening, whitening, however you want to, whatever word fits you at the moment. But she is saying that 77% of Nigerian women actually use these products and they are harmful. That's our conversation today. The question is, are they really harmful? What data do we have to show that it's harmful? We're just saying it's harmful. And those that have used it over the years, how are they faring? I mean, that's our conversation today. And should we stop it completely and totally? Or should it be banned or regulated somewhat? What are your thoughts on bleaching creams in Nigeria? You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, let's talk about this bleaching or no bleaching, because I always feel sometimes adults are supposed to make adult decisions, but somehow government always tries to regulate what adults choose to do with their own personal space. As long as I'm not affecting the next person, why should government be bothered about my personal decisions as long as I'm not harming anybody else? What are your thoughts on it? Do you agree that we should curb the use of bleaching creams, or we should allow adults to be adults?
I think that the government, you see, human beings, the government, the leaders, stakeholders, follow up from yesterday's conversation, have a responsibility to create an exemplary future, an exemplary life, a designed life for their citizens. So if I'm going to be burdened with skin cancer treatment in hospitals, then I would take the journey ahead and prevent skin cancer by ensuring that people don't peel off the layers of their skin and then expose their body to harsh rays from the sun that might lead to skin cancer. Some countries, knowing that diabetes is becoming a huge cost for the health sector, go ahead of time and ensure they educate people that exercise, cut your sugars, be conscious. The government, that's what the government is supposed to do. Design a better quality of life for the people. People might not know what they want. They might not even know what is good. They might just be following the mass market. But the government will now look at it that the mass market might not be good for us. That's why they recall some drugs, because they realize, oh, this drug has harmful effects. We know that our citizens deserve better than this. They recall some cars. This car is not safe enough for our citizens, so we recall it. And so I feel that NAFDAC is doing the right thing in making people more aware of the harm that bleaching does to their body. And it is, we cannot deny the fact that when people look lighter, they look more attractive.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But what are your thoughts on this, on NAFDAC saying that they need to find a way to curb this?
I think they're doing their job. As an organization, they have a role to play in helping us get informed decisions. So they can't still cut down on those bleaching creams, and people will still insist to go for it. So when you insist, this is what you want, this is how you want to die, nobody would stop you. But then you have to pay higher, saying so that you're paying for your death. And I think that's how it works all over, where they feel, okay, there are some countries, for instance, alcohol, they feel we don't want our citizens drinking alcohol, probably a religious state. And then they make alcohol importation very expensive. So even if you decide to go and sin, you will be paying extra for the sin that you have decided to commit by yourself, So I think they're doing the right thing. I think also that a lot of people do things because other people have done it. They've seen outcomes. So I remember when we were growing up, the pressure of the fair girls get all the jobs. And so some of us, not me, you see me as
the modeling.
Yes, and some of us decided to start bleaching if you see them now, they are white. I can't even relate the pictures we had before and now, because they wanted that, and when they write the side effects, they don't write the long-term side effects. And I don't even see most of these cosmetic bottles, I don't even see side effects highlighted as such. For smoking, they'll say smokers are liable to die young, right? There's nothing like that giving you a glimpse of what you would get at the end of the day. So you get it for the pleasure of today. I'm looking good, I'm looking okay, but you really do not understand the effect long term. And I think NAFDAC needs to insist, even if you want to start selling or you keep selling your bleaching cream, please give us the long-term side effects so that people will pick up your cup and see that in the next 10 to 20 years, I may come down with cancer. And if you decide to continue, that's fine.
Okay, I like that. But you see, Brian, let me come to you. Because I've heard this thing for many years. Oh, if you use this cream, you might have cancer. I have seen some of my mom's friends, my mother's generation, even slightly older, that they are alive today. they use that thing. I remember that when I was a kid. These mummies were using this. They were putting it in the fridge. In fact, the harmful one, what's that harmful product?
Yeah.
That one that is very harmful.
Hydro, something.
That's one, the harmful one. They used to put it in the fridge.
Hydroquinone?
Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah,
they would put it on their skin, and they would, and I remember them. They are alive, and they are doing well. Wow. I still see them at Paris today.
Their skin is still good.
Like,
you know what you're saying reminds me of a conversation about, with someone a long time ago, and he was talking about his father that smoked for many years, and he's still alive and well and strong, but then the father eventually passed on many years after that conversation.
Every other human being will.
Well, and he had complications from smoking for a long time. So that we're talking about it now does not mean that complications may not be happening within. We don't know, and of course we know that there are different factors that affect you. Some people will have cancer, some people will have what do you call it, organ failures, different sorts of things. And if, you just never know which one it is that you will fall on. So and NAFDAC, being a professional health body, understand based on statistics and data and investigation that this is generally harmful to human beings. So it's important that they're sending out this message. I think their fight now, so first of all, it's important they're sending out this message because I believe that many adults, we just assume that everybody's as informed as we are. We just assume that everyone takes the time to find out these conversations of how does it affect me in the long term or in the short term. And even if it matters, many people just do things because they see other people do it, because they see their favorite celebrity doing it, or they see someone who they like and admire who's done it and is doing well. I think NAFDAC's biggest problem will be social media and social media vendors. So before then, it used to be, the regular place you go and get your creams. NAFDAC, we've heard them, they'll do their regular raids, go into those markets, try to shut them down, go into pharmacies, try to shut them down. But I was watching a video of someone in Ghana selling trying to advertise bleaching creams. And someone was asking her question. I think there's someone we follow, both of us, Skin Priest, who tries as much as possible to educate people on some of the products that we use. And this person obviously does not know the effect of bleaching, as she was encouraging this bleaching and toning, And she has many followers, and people are buying her products. She's in her shop with all her bleach, and she's saying this is what she's selling. So what I feel NAFDAC should be doing, find, the word will be influencers, NAFDAC influencers as well, who will have some followers, who you can use to educate people and bring enlightenment and sensitize people. People are not listening as much to traditional media. Yeah. They are listening to social media. They are following influencers. That is the way to go now if you want that message to, get there. And then secondly, that whole picture of all bleaching creams, they are all toning creams. Those who know better or who are asking questions seem to know a little bit more. And some people are able to tell you, oh, there's a percentage of hydroquinone in my product that does not make it harmful to me. Yeah. So we need to sit down and educate people properly. Small education, little education is just as dangerous as not knowing anything.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll open this conversation further. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this bleaching, and we're looking at other angles. Is the pressure, societal pressure to be fair-skinned. Many say the pressure is real. Many say that the they are part of industries. You just said your own experience also. But are there safer ways for toning? Can toning or lightening up your skin ever be safe? I mean, those are some of the data Nigerians wants to hear, because telling us not to bleach at all, it's almost as if, how can you tell me? But give me information, give me healthy options that I can use, don't you think?
So unfortunately for us, we love instant gratification. People want to get it now. I think about 3 years ago, I started having a conversation of going into cosmetics as a business. I remember I was talking with one of our makeup artists at the time, Regina. We had the plan mapped out and all that. I would have started since. But then some other people got wind of what I was talking about and said, you are black, they will not buy because you are black. They want to see somebody yo. And they will now feel that this is working. Because the person is fair, definitely it is working. And I said I've been doing research for this for years now, because as a dark person, of course, I like to look good and glow and all that, still maintaining my being dark, you know, but then glowing in my color, my complexion. And I've realized that we have natural ways. Now, there are natural things I've been using for years, you know, and I'm still dark, but I still look good. I still shine in my darkness. And that's what I want to use for my business. No, if you're not fair, they will not believe you, they will not buy. So we need people, I like the points that Miriam raised, where we need to get influencers that have their natural color. So we have two different complexions, or three. We have the extreme, naturally fair people. Natural, you see their knuckles, everything. That's how they were born. There's something to keep maintaining that. We have the black ones like us. We have the ones in between, like Tokwe is a bit in between. There are natural products that you can use from plants and herbs, and that's what some of us are using now. We can start encouraging those sort of businesses so that people will know that it's available, it's natural. It will take a long time, because you're just maintaining what you have and shining with what you have. Not that from now, I use a 708 foundation. And then I'm jumping to 508, and you're wondering what 507, and you're wondering what is happening.
It comes to you, Tokwe.
Okay, so how will I put it? VC made a wonderful suggestion. Let them label on the body that you might have skin cancer. My dear sister, cigarette cartons in development, it's horrible. You will see lungs, you will die. As they put it on the pack of the cigarette, you are likely to die. Smokers die young. This kills people. The man will bring out money from his pocket and still buy the carton showing dead lungs. Very grotesque.
Because people will do what they
will still do what they want to do.
Just
but the government,
they do it here too.
Yes, they do it. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it here.
Okay.
I saw it here actually. I saw it. You know, so my thought is the government will do what they can. It would reduce the number of people. Some people, just by seeing that gruesome picture of the lung looking terrible like that, might choose not to smoke. Some will go ahead. They don't care. So, but the government should do the part of putting it on all creams. Every cream label on the body that you are likely to have skin cancer if you do this bleaching. So, there are nomenclature. YK doesn't like when I say this, that there are different grades. There is bleaching, where you go from this to white. That's like bleaching. They do injections. We have celebrities.
That's extreme bleaching.
But we also have cases where I was on the site a lot last year, and I really got dark. I had sunburn. My skin was looking very dark. Even the makeup artist complained that my foundation had gone shades darker. So I knew that I had to go into proper skincare grooming to get my natural skin back. And that involved me using specific products, not bleaching. Obviously, you can see my skin. But I started getting vitamin E creams that had vitamin E, that had vitamin C, that had pawpaw extracts. And those were natural things to help exfoliate my skin and then prevent sunburn. So there is grooming and there is whitening.
Yes.
But
let's talk about that for a second.
The whitening is the problem.
You enter a party, you're sitting down, and there comes this white skin girl. Pretty, you looking all popping, and all eyes turn. Skin glowing, and she's coming in such confidence, and you're a young 22-year-old girl, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I want that. I want to be that. That's my role model. Suddenly you become the role model. You want to have a popping skin. So now my question is, who is wrong here? Is it the girl who has chosen to, yes, bleach her skin and walk down and be the center of attention? or the young girl who is feeling, who's looking at her in awe, saying, I wish I was like this. Who do we stop? I mean, do we stop her from admiring it, or do we stop the other lady from being who? Because the truth is that whether we like it or not, people choose to bleach. And does that run negatively on young people? Let me take this call while you think about that. Good morning, Tunde from Magodo, you're live. Thanks. Oops, I'm so sorry for keeping you. But yeah, so the reality is that we are in a country where people like to bleach and look skinnier, look lighter and everything. Should this stop them from NAFDAC? Or can it be done in the most...
So this conversation is beyond, this part of the conversation for me is beyond bleaching of skin. I just think it just has to do with beauty standards nationwide, westernized beauty over any other kind of beauty, which is the whiter you are, the lighter you are, the blonder you are, the more you are seen as attractive. But I would say for our generation and the other, behind us, for the generations before us, maybe they didn't have any, they didn't have any role model that instilled in them the confidence or the ownership of their own natural colors. Because we would hear even our traditional songs, they had songs that highlighted the light-skinned woman and put her above all others. Yeah. But for us, I know that for us, we looked at people like Naomi Campbell. We looked at people, dark-skinned Hollywood actors and actresses, and we saw how beautiful they were. So for us, we could say, yes, you're a light-skinned, beautiful person, but there's also a dark-skinned, beautiful person who is on the same stage as that light-skinned person, or even a bigger stage. I mean, today, Naomi Campbell's dark looks, is like the inspiration for many Black girls around the world, whether you're African originally or you're African American. So when we have these sort of influencers, when we have this sort of inspiration, they help us, to accept who we are and be confident in who we are. I think Black skin is beautiful.
Right.
I know of a friend who used to live in Europe, and she says because she was so dark-skinned and so different from everyone, anytime she walked into the room, she got a lot of attention. Yes. So I don't know if the white people were now looking to her and saying, how do I get this dark? That's why I said that it's beyond, it now is beyond the skin color, because we know how they have made the Black to mean, you're less than.
Let me take this call. Yeah.
Okay, take your call.
Rita from Jos, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Rita.
Good morning.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, Rita. Good morning. So, my thoughts is, I'm a 21-year-old. I'm very young. I'm dark-skinned. And I'm like the darkest person in my clique. Like, all my friends are light-skinned. But I think everything boils down to your confidence, your self-esteem. So it's the way you carry yourself. All my friends, everybody around me, if you see me watching, if I put on my makeup and everything, they admire me. So if I like what I am, and I like a black skin, everybody likes it, so and everybody wants to be like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Let me talk about Rita for a minute, because, I mean, when she was talking, I was just taking my mind back to when I was in school, and the pressure is real. When you're young, 18, 19, 20, your girlfriends, they're all going out, and that's the season where you're clubbing, you're partying. I can understand that Rita feeling a certain way because all your friends are fair skinned, and you have that pressure that maybe I can just turn up a little bit, but just, maybe lighten up a bit so I can blend in. And then from then on, it gets lighter and lighter. Before you know it, you lost control. So how do we help someone like a Rita, who are in different conditions in their life, how do they have confidence in who they are? What can we do to help them glow?
So you have people on your table that we all grew up the same, we are millennials, and we saw this pressure, especially for most of us who were in Lagos. We came to the hub of entertainment. We wanted to do entertainment, wanted to model, wanted to do beauty pageantry, and I did quite a number of them. The competition was tough to the teeth. But there's something that I realized, and I don't know how I got it. I just realized that even at that age, I was comfortable in my own skin. I knew what mattered most. I knew that, okay, they had the shine when we get into a room, but I have the voice. I have the intelligence. And except you don't hear me speak, you will notice me. Except you don't hear me speak. And even as I went further for jobs and interviews, except I don't speak, you will, except maybe it's like those, I didn't get a lot of photo jobs. That's what the commercials where it's just the face. I didn't get a lot of those at the time. But if he had to do with conversations, he had to do with you speak, and I would always get the job, right? So I knew where my strength was, and I built on it. And I built that confidence. I was comfortable in my own skin. And I'll tell young people around me, I have daughters that I'm raising them, and I'm beginning to teach them that look around you. In your skin, you can make an impact. We all have different shades. In your skin, you will do well. You go on TV, you come on this table. It's just a few of you that are light, we are majorly dark here, and we're making impact. So show them those examples and tell them, even if you want to do anything to glow up, go with natural products. From your kitchen. I make things from turmeric. I make things from carrots. I have carrot oil. I make natural things that, okay, I just want to shine. So instill that self-esteem, loving you in your package. Because every package that God has given to you for this earthly experience, this is not who we are. We are here for a reason.
Fantastic.
The package is for a reason. I will not be where I am today if I was light-skinned. I would have deviated from my path. So stick to your path and glow in that.
I love that because I wish somebody told me that when I was younger. I'll come to my story. Let me take Alex from Jos. We have lots of Jos calls this morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Alex. You're live.
Good
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm first following your show.
Welcome to the show.
Every day of the day. I want to just add that contribution is, I think sometimes the matter of perception. My boss, who's from Kano here in the north, will always tell me that, he says it in Hausa, let me say it then I'll translate. Faramachi, Koma Yani Tai. What that means is that a fair lady, even if she's an Obanje, she's okay. So that's the perception some people hold, that once the lady is fair, then that's before.
Your volume is, your TV volume is high, so we can't hear you, and it's really difficult. Okay, let me, wait, while you're talking, I remembered something, because the truth is that some of us didn't have that confidence as a young person. There's some people out there, they are in university, they're young, and they're still finding themselves. I remember that when I was a bit younger, I had two incidences. I had a car accident that I lost. I gained a lot of weight because I couldn't exercise. I lost my entire right thigh, and I was on wheelchair for months. I was on crutches. And even after I healed, I still felt really low. I didn't look pretty. I had to shave off my entire head. I had a scar. It took at least a year to heal. So I couldn't grow my hair. I had to be wearing head ties, you know. And a young girl that is like me then would have heard what you just said and believe that, okay, even though this is a phase where this is happening, when I'm ready, when I begin to evolve into who I become a better person. But at that moment, I was down. So that moment, I thought, oh, I could bleach. I told you, my mom sent me cream from Nigeria. Then I got the cream, and I started using it. But I just felt really down. I felt like an outcast. My friends were going out. I would tell I don't want to go to club because I just felt that, what am I going to go to club? What am I going to do? We're all wearing nice, skimpy-looking things. I'm here. I have to wear, you know, I can't look like you guys. So I chose to stay back. So the pressure is real.
It is.
For a young university student, it's real. I remember that time when I got the cream. I was using it, and I was feeling really good, you know. I started getting a bit lighter. My best friend then, Dolak, was like, you're looking very nice and pretty. It was helping my confidence. My brother now sent me, after a month, Mariah, I'm getting lighter. Are you bleaching? He told me, are you bleaching? Finally, he got me to confess. And I said, Mommy sent you this? You know, I called my mom, never sent this girl. You know, pour everything away. I said, you don't need to bleach. What is all this nonsense? So he stopped, he nipped it in the bud. But the truth is that the pressure is real, guys.
Yeah, the pressure never stops, actually. The pressure never stops. So as a young person, you're trying to look like your peers. When you get married, you will see that you have children and your body changes. The pressure is still there. The pressure of, my body is not the way my body used to be. The body you did not appreciate as a young girl, You will now be
it back.
missing it when you have children. You'll be like, and I used to be like this, so now this shape is no longer the way it used to be. There's another level of pressure.
Hey.
Oh, I want to maintain being a hot housewife. Another pressure. We're now in our 50s. Our children are going. Everybody is looking. I want to be. There will always be pressure. It is that you must always speak to yourself.
Hallelujah.
You see that speaking to you cannot wait for the world to speak to you. You must speak to yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're okay. Tell yourself that you will get over it. And that language, what you say to yourself might end up drowning out the world if you are consistent in saying the right things to yourself. Love yourself.
That's good. Yes, because I'm thinking of
my... I want your point.
Okay.
But let me take Oluwaseun that comes to you. Oluwaseun, were you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live.
Morning,
Go ahead,
guys.
please.
Yeah, good morning, guys. I want us to... This made a statement, glowing in your skin. Anyway, before I go on, you guys are glowing in your skin color.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm going to... This is my opinion. You see, me, I think anyone that goes for that bleaching has this low self-esteem. It's my opinion. Has this, low self-esteem. Because you just have to accept you as you are. And again, you see, we don't want confusion. Because, the bleaching is not going to change the genetic code of your skin color. So now, if you used to be black and you are now white, if you give birth, you are not going to give birth to a bleached baby. So now, even if it doesn't have any medical implication, why not consider the generation next? Mommy, how come you are white and I am black? So now we should consider that. And then for the government, I think the government should regulate because we have had different stories, medical side effects and all of that. From bleaching. So government should do a kind of regulation. If you are not a skin care specialist, as in what I mean by specialist, a doctor, you should not be in the business of...
All right. Thank you very much. Let me take this tweet, then I have to go on a break. I want to take your point, Mariam. It says, those women that... This is to me. Those women that bleached then don't look good today. Those ones have money to maintain it. That's another point. Stay with us, Rebecca. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing. Let me come to Mariam.
Yes, I just wanted to say, BC, you mentioned using natural products to, instead to maintain your skin. I just wanted to say that even natural products can be harmful if used for bleaching. And we have natural products that people use for extreme bleaching. So because the reason I'm mentioning it is many girls have been sold organic natural products and you think it's healthy, but it has the same effect as if you were using any chemicals for bleaching. But I was going to say that growing up, I think for me what helped me is that I had family that this was a conversation. I mean, when you're raised by many women, they have this conversation of different skin issues. And I heard a lot of, from them, how you just maintain your color. They'll mention maybe someone that they used to know who bleached and look at how she's not looking good anymore. So it was in my subconscious. So I never had that pressure to look any other way than I did. And then I went, and in Jos, I have said this so many times, there are many black beauties. I mean, you look at a black person and be like, I wish I was as dark as you. My brother, they call him Kamal Cole because they say he's charcoal. And he has owned the name. I mean, this is something that they'll use as a teenager to make fun of you, but he's owned the name. And for me, if you grow up in a family or you have a support system that constantly uplifts you and tell you how beautiful and good you are, you're likely to grow up and go out and not have those pressures. Yes. I remember I made a friend during, when you're doing like your SSC period, I made a friend who went to a different school from me, and she would tell me of how the school had a lot of Igbo girls, and we know Igbo girls are light skinned. Yeah, so she's Ghanaian, and she was quite dark, and she told me all the creams that she started using to be just like them. Those girls were also using those creams. And she was surprised that, how come you didn't have those pressures, Maybe because of my own upbringing, I already had that, I was already pumped with that confidence, so I didn't have to. you know, I didn't feel the pressure. I'm saying this because of the young girl that's out there, one. I'm saying it also for the adults around young people.
Exactly.
You can use your voice to teach them. You encourage them. When they see you, how happy and confident you are in your own skin. And then if you made mistakes, I have an auntie, there's a particular product, I won't say the name, she told me from when I was small, every time I think about bleaching creams or soaps, she will mention that product. I remember her, she said, never use this. Look at what it's done to me, you know. So I saw her an example and it rang in my head for so long. And I'm hoping that the conversations I'm having about skin too is influencing my daughter.
Right.
And when she goes out, there will be no yellow person or yellow people or people, you know, okay, you have a call. And I'm going on
Hello,
and
Toby.
on.
How you
Sorry.
doing? Sorry for keeping you. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're
Good
live.
morning,
Go ahead,
beautiful
please.
ladies. Good morning. I want to. Okay, so let me start from what BP said earlier. She talked about being comfortable in your skin. Topper talked about societal pressure, and I think the last caller also talked about societal pressure. You know, not having inferiority complex and the rest of them. But I have a question for you, beautiful ladies. I'm looking at your beautiful faces, and this thought came to my mind. And the question is this. Is there a difference between somebody who bleaches her skin, somebody who does bomb BBL, you know, the Brazilian bomb, somebody who wears a wig? Do you understand? Because could it be that we're all trying to be Western? Could it be that we're not exactly confident in our skin, just like Miriam just said? Do you understand? Miriam was saying, you know, you need to be confident in your skin, in your hair, in your, you know, should we be confident in our hair, in our bum, in everything that we do? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I love it. Yeah, I love it because sometimes when we talk like that, it looks like we're calling out the hypocrisy. So you pick the one that you're strong in, you pick the one that you're, and you call it out. So for me, anytime I discuss things like this, I always talk about it also from the health point of view. At what cost? To what extent? Yes, I wear the wigs for, you know, for TV, for outing, you know, because, and you know, when I sit down and I question myself, is it that I'm not proud of my own hair? So I am proud of African hair. I see African hair. I love Tokwe's hair. I love YK's hair, you know, and I love the way they're able to carry their hair and, you know, wear it confidently. So it's not that I don't like African hair. I don't find African hair beautiful. I feel that my own particular hair type makes it hard for me to be able to wear it out. And so that is an insecurity, right? But I'm not saying that black, okay, so it's just like, I'm not now saying that black skin in its entirety is a bad thing. I'm not saying that, so what I'm saying is you can now, you know what your own insecurities are, but if what you're doing does not affect your health, so you're doing the BBL and it's not something that you have to lay your life on the table, there are too many issues.
You can't compare them.
So I cannot compare them because it's not about my life. It's not about my health. So there are some beauty, there's some beauty products that you can use.
It's about
If
choices.
you compare them, you can as well say don't wear Western clothes because they are not African.
You can choose not to.
No, I'm just saying, let's go the long haul now. Yes. Don't wear Western clothes, just wear only your Adire and Ankara, that's all you have. Don't use phones because you are not making it here. It's Western, you know. Don't do this and the list goes on and on. But the idea of the whole thing is, like she said, is it directly affecting my health? Am I wearing a piece of my wig like I wear a piece of my clothes? This is like the most convenient for me. I am busy. I do not have time to use 30 to 45 minutes to brush one hair every day. I don't have it. And I'm sorry to disappoint anybody, but I don't have that time, right? So this, as I'm picking my clothes in the day, I have different colored wigs. I'm picking, okay, which color of wig will match the color of shoe that I'm wearing today.
For real?
In my head is a piece of clothing. Right. And it doesn't affect me naturally. I've worn my natural hair here several times. It doesn't alter who I am. It doesn't affect my beauty in any way, even though they say I have solar panel. This is even covering my solar panel, and I'm confident to focus on what I'm not fighting people on YouTube as I'm making my point. Do you understand? So the thing is, the message here is, we will all pick and choose But in how we pick and choose, we must be wise. And it goes beyond just picking and choose. Because if we say, let's go down this road, we go to our religion as well. We all worship a white-looking somebody as God. It goes deep. No. Shebi, we want to keep Western away. Listen now, we want to keep Western. No, it goes that way. Because the thing about this thing is, the eyes are the window to the soul. And it goes to a subconscious level where naturally, even children begin to feel that light-skinned people are superior. It's natural. And that's why I applaud all those people who are creating baby dolls of dark-skinned baby dolls. The children are beginning to see and relate with it's okay. Sometimes my daughter will come back and say she wants to add attachment to her hair because her hair is not that long. And I say, your hair is long, it's kinky. It's just that when air touches it, it shrinks. We have a lot of shrinkage. And I give her examples when I comb out my hair and when I allow it shrink. I said, that's the hair that God has given to us. So we cannot compare everything. If we say, let us abandon Western and be African, we abandon even some of the food that we are eating.
So it's not, I don't think it's completely Western, because it's not about that Westernization, or else BBL is not Western. It's the African body people are put. So I don't think it falls under the same as clothes or phones or using gadgets. I think they're two different conversations.
And I agree with her that we can't compare it. It's invasive. The bleaching is invasive. Surgeries are invasive. And so we can't compare it with someone that is putting on non-wearing African clothes or wearing wigs. But let me make this final point. I know we need to go. Final point. Please, 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 no matter what you want to do to your skin, never ever bleach your child's skin. Don't bleach babies. Don't bleach children. Don't bleach teenagers. Let people grow and make the decision by themselves. As a parent, yes, you're responsible for the children, but don't say you want your child to be lighter skinned than their natural color, and then you will damage their skin as babies. The damage is huge, and it is irresponsible for parents to do such. Thank you.